Lo choya sampo pa gyo trashi pa tuche tempe trinle yar ngoda pege drolor zambe zepar chen palden lame shabla solvade. Om Guru Vajradhara Sumati Munisha Saneka Uta Vardani Shri Bhadra Varsa Manya Sarva Siddhi Hum Om Guru Vajradhara Sumati Munisha Sane Uta Vardani Shri Bhadra Varsa Manya Sarva Siddhi Hum Om Guru Vajradhara Sumati Munisha Sane Uta Vardani Shri Bhadra Varsa Manya Sarva Siddhi Om Guru Vajradhara Sumati Munisha Sane Karma Uta Vardani Shri Bhadra Varsa Manya Sarva Siddhi Hum Om Guru Vajradhara Sumati Munisha Sane Nishri Bhadra Varsa Manya Sarva Siddhi Hum Om Guru Vajradhara Sumati Munisha Sane Uta Vardani Shri Bhadra Varsa Manya Sarva Siddhi Hum Om Guru Vajradhara Sumati Munisha Sane Karma Uta Vardani Shri Bhadra Varsa Manya Sarva Siddhi Hum Om Guru Vajradhara Sumati Munisha Sane Karma Uta Vardani Shri Bhadra Varsa Manya Sarva Siddhi Om Guru Vajradhara Sumati Munisha Sane Uta Vardani Shri Bhadra Varsa Manya Sarva Siddhi Hum Om Guru Vajradhara Sumati Munisha Sane Uta Vardani Shri Bhadra Varsa Manya Sarva Siddhi Hum Om Guru Vajradhara Sumati Munisha Sane Varsa Manya Sarva Siddhi Hum Om Guru Vajradhara Sumati Munisha Uta Vardani Shri Bhadra Varsa Manya Sarva Siddhi Hum Dagi Jetsun Lama Tuje Che Nyamda Dala Tuje Siksu So Gebe Shesan Dala Tendo So Oyon Sunge Nawa Tsedo So Seji Ningne Sowa Debe Tse Dechen Korlo Visu Lekshune Yila Sambe Dede Malupa Gemel Hungi Drubra Jingelo Tsoni Sodan Dikdun Shabe Tse Dungi Namge Yinso Lekshun Labchen Tsoni Yonso Zoba Dan Chera Nyedun Chanra Jingelo Janjo Pargi Ninsen Tukun Tu Nyu Peme Siudru Lekshun Janju Drubeg Tungen Dela Drubra Chingi Loba Dagi Lona Chola Chokpa Dan Chemin Samjur Ngemba Shiwa Dan Chedan Tumbe Dudu Malupa Beme Lungi Drubra Chingi Lo Dorna Tengne Tseraba Tamche Dan Techi Pardu Negawa Tamche Tu Rese Kyamne Lama Kele Me Tukje Chingi Dala Siksu Sol Gongyab Drewe Nyamda Dachala Jetsun Lame Tuje Rabgongne Kodan Sungi Nawa Drame Tu NgalSo Nyongwe Kesam Kewa Kundu Yanda Lama Dan Drame Cheki Pela Longche Chin Sadan lamge yunte rabzone, dorje change kopan yurtob, shoya pakyuke kodan dagelu, pakyuke sundan dagenga, pakyuke tukdan dageyi, tenyerme chikto chingelo, makyuke kodan dagelu, makyuke sundan dagenga, makyuke tukdan dageyi, tenyerme chikto chingelo. Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Shakya Munye Swaha. Om Muni Mahamuni Shakya Munye Swaha. Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Shakya Munye Swaha. Sashipeke Choshiameto Tramare Rabalingashin Ninde Gempadi Sange Shinto Mikte Ulwarki Drokun Namdashingla Chöpar Shoyedam Guru Ratna Mindrala Kamniryatayami. Sangye chedan tsoge chonam lai chancho pardo dani kyapsu chi dagi jinso gibe sonam ki drola pinchre sangye drupar sho sangye chedan tsoge chonam la chancho pardo dani kyapsu chi dagi chushe gibe sonam ki drola pinchre sangye drupar shu sangye chedan tsogi chonam la jancho pardo dani kyapsu chi dagi chushe gibe sonam ki drola pinchre sangye Druparsho. Nel Buddha, nel Dharma e nel Sangha prendo rifugio fino all'illuminazione. Con la pratica della generosità e delle altre perfezioni possa io ottenere lo stato di Buddha per il beneficio di tutti gli esseri senzienti. In the Buddha, Dharma and Sangha I take refuge until enlightenment. Through the practice of generosity and the other perfections, May I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all sentient beings. Laye ke da ludan jin ke rudan da mi ke nam dam drowa kuin ge dranam chi champa thamche ke to da ge cheten to thamche ke to da ge cheten to. Buongiorno. Good morning. If there is a place that is dark and we want to eliminate such darkness, it doesn't work trying to go against the darkness. We can complain about the darkness, we can say how terrible it is, we can shout against it, we can do many things against the darkness itself. But the only real way to eliminate the darkness is going towards light, is bringing the light, is generating light. There is no other way that going to deal with darkness other than generating light. Sometimes we may have this idea that when there is something that we see as negative, that appears to us, or that, let's say, it's negative, we have the tendency that we need to go against it, we need to eliminate it, we need to somehow oppose ourselves to it. And there are some particular cases in which the force of opposition is important, but in most of the cases, what we really need is to generate the antidote. It's like one time talking to a friend who had gone for a long time with many drugs and so on. And he said to me, look, Lama, for people like me, if you tell me just don't use this drug or that drug, it makes no effect whatsoever. Because conceptually, I know. We know. He said, what we need is actually you need to give us an alternative. If we are busy with something else, then our mind is not going there anymore. And that time, it made a click on me when he said this to me, because really, we need to have an alternative. We need to have something where we place our energy, where we place our mind. Then it will naturally have less space to go into other things. But the main point here is that, okay, we have all the aspects of recognizing our defilements and recognizing suffering and the causes of suffering and all of that. And it is also very important on many levels. But it is extremely important for us to focus our path on connecting ourselves with the antidotes, connecting ourselves with the qualities. Let's say, use the metaphor, connecting ourselves with light, instead of putting ourselves against darkness. Okay? Then, I don't know, dark, there is nothing wrong with darkness, actually, I like very much, okay? But as a metaphor for us, I think it's a clear metaphor, okay? Actually, when I was living in India, very often there would be no electricity. And I really enjoyed in the night when the electricity would go off. I would make sure all the lights remain off, so when it comes back, I don't know. And I really like doing things in darkness and to remain in the dark. I really enjoyed it. Anyhow, that's just to say there's nothing wrong with dark, actually. It's just our own mind way of perceiving. Anyhow, the point is that if there is a sickness, we don't need to focus on the sickness, we need to focus on the cure, on the treatment. But for many reasons, which I don't know precisely which they are, we have the tendency to focus on the problem and not on the solution. We have the tendency to focus on the sickness and not on the healing or on the health. Somehow we take health for granted when it's there. And when it's missing, we try to blame the sickness. It's a strange thing. Okay? But the point is that it takes a lot of energy to hold on health. To have a healthy body and a healthy mind, it takes energy. We need to invest energy in our health. To have a healthy society, it takes a lot of energy put into the right direction to hold and to build and to keep a healthy society. It's like saying it takes much more energy to build peace than to do war. If we look in war, a lot of energy is consumed into war. And it's interesting because when there is a conflict, which, okay, the war is like the maximum manifestation of conflict that we can have as humans. No? But we have other types of conflicts, let's call small wars within families and friends and work environment and many different, there are conflicts that build up, no? But if we look in a war, the amount of energy financially, which is the material, it's just a manifestation of this energy that is really placed into war. If this amount of energy was actually used for building peace, it would have a much better effect. Okay? But the point is that actually it takes more effort to build peace than to make war. Because building peace is not just eliminating the conflict. Building peace is creating harmony, creating respect, creating friendship. There are many other aspects which need, and these are long-term investments. It takes a lot of energy on a long-term basis. The same thing is for our health. You know, once there is a sickness, we need to deal with the sickness, and okay, that takes energy. But to build health and to keep ourselves healthy, it takes a long-term commitment and action. It's not something from one day to the other. And the same thing is for our mental health and physical health also. Okay, so in the same way, you know, what happened is that I believe that most of us, how to put it? I try to be nice. Somehow, by nature, we are lazy. We have the tendency to accommodate ourselves once we reach a sort of comfort zone. And we like to avoid any difficulties, any particular effort we need to put, anything which takes a little bit or extra energy we try to avoid in a way or in another. So, normally, in order to act, in order to do things, we need incentives. Okay? And basically, there are only 3 types of incentives that exist for us. Which is, one incentive is, if you do this, you get a particular benefit. The other type of incentive is the incentive that says, if you don't do, you will get a particular harm, or vice versa, or if you do, you get a particular harm. So we have the incentive of benefit, the incentive of harm, and then there is a moral incentive. Oh, it's right to do, I committed to do. There is a moral incentive that can be there also. These are the only three reasons why we do anything. Being very direct. Okay? So what happens is that normally when there is a particular state of suffering, when there is a particular difficult state, this becomes a strong incentive for us to do something about it. But the difficulty is that we focus on the symptom. We do not focus much on the sickness, and much less we focus on building and keeping health. And this is, I'm not talking about only as a metaphor, also as an actual fact of health itself, you know. The way how we take care of our physical health, it's a reflection of how we take care of many other things, no? I was shocked the other day when our friend here was giving some data saying that in Europe, apparently only 3% of the population eat healthy. Why? We don't have enough resources? Do you think 97% of the population of Europe don't have resources to eat healthy? No. There is no knowledge? No. It's just that to eat healthy and change one's own habits means going out of the comfort zone, and we don't want to do it. Even though it is of greater benefit. And very often our view is closed to the present moment. We have difficulty going beyond. I don't know, is this clear? You know, very often we are overwhelmed by the momentary pleasures and sufferings, and we have difficulty connecting the present moment to a more far-reaching, long-term view. You know? We can even see on a more large scale. I am not the best person to talk about this, but according to my own limited perception, when I look also at our government policies and so on, they look much more short-term than long-term view, very often. But when you need to make really deep changes in a society, there are some types of things that if we want to generate, it takes minimum 1 generation. So we need to do things now, thinking that we will get the result in 50 years. And who wants to do that? It's not popular, no? If I do something that is difficult now but will bring great benefit in 50 years' time, who will vote for me in 50 years' time? I'm not there anymore, you know. And it's not even a matter only of voting, it's a matter of how we act in so many things. We looked at the present moment, we look just what is here now. And if we look in our own life, we do that quite often also. This was one thing that Lama Michel Rinpoche had very strong. Rinpoche was like doing things now, thinking on the long-term result. And having no problem dealing with difficulties and putting a particular effort in the present moment, even though that effort would bring something connected to a sort of faraway future. No? So how can we do this to our life? How can we bring it? And we need to deal with the way how we are. We need to deal with our own limitations and so on, because there is one very important part on our practice and our path, our life, is that we must start our journey from where we are. We cannot expect to start our journey from somewhere further on the way. We need to start from where we are. You know? And it is very important, truly, to be able to look at oneself, acknowledge one's place, and say, okay, I am here, and I will start walking from here. Otherwise, we say, yes, it would be good, I should have already been there. It's like, oh, after all these years knowing Buddhism, I should already have a very good level of meditative concentration, and I do not. But then what happened? You are always saying what you should have, instead of saying, okay, now what can I do? Oh, I can sit for 10 minutes. Okay, let's start from there. We need to acknowledge where we are, embrace ourselves where we are, and from there accompany ourselves to go forward. Okay, so really start from where we are. And what happens sometimes is that there is an inconsistency between where we are and the mental image of where, according to us, we should have been. And this inconsistency, somehow we get stuck with the mental image and we are not able to simply start from where we are because we shouldn't be here. So it's important for us to embrace ourselves, acknowledge where we are, and then we accompany ourselves towards where we want to go. You know, it's like sometimes, oh, I shouldn't be sick. I take good care of my health. Why am I sick? I shouldn't be sick. Matter of fact, you are. So acknowledge your sickness. Embrace your present state. And with gentleness and kindness, with affection, direct yourself towards a healthier state. But how can we do that? How can we connect towards the future? One of the things that we do, which is important, that is part of self-healing, is that we need to familiarize ourselves with the state of health that we want to reach. We need to familiarize ourselves with the light, so we go towards the light. We need to familiarize ourselves with a healthy state so that we walk towards that healthy state. And it's something that we need to repeat again and again. We need to more and more get near to it. We need to feel it. We need to experience it at a certain level so we say, wow, I want it. It's like tasting something. It's not the real thing yet, but we start tasting a little bit of it and we say, oh, it's so good. I must get the real thing. Okay. So, when we talk about all our defilements, such as ignorance, but mainly like our own anger or fear or jealousy and so on, we know about it. We don't need to go so much anymore about it. We know quite a lot about it. So we need to focus ourselves mainly into the antidotes. But that's something that we need first to experience. We need to connect to that state of peace that we want to reach. Okay. The practice of self-healing itself is very complex in a way, simple in another, but it's also complex. It has many parts and so on. And I've been thinking these days really to go into details on every part of the practice takes a long time, and we have done this many times actually. So I don't feel like these days going through a complete commentary on self-healing. That has not been my objective, but touching some parts and going deeper into them. Okay. So we started from the very beginning on breathing meditation, 9-cycle breathing, meditating on our own subtle body. Now, then from that, yesterday we did a meditation with some details on how to generate the correct motivation, which is very important. But I would like just to make a small jump. And the preliminary practices are very, very, very important, but we have explained it many times, so I'm not going to go into details on it right now. Okay? So we go to the part in which we request the blessings. And it is so important for us to connect ourselves with the result that we want to go, with the ultimate state of Buddhahood, of nirvana, of inner peace. We can call it whatever way we want. But it's so important to connect ourselves with it, to feel it, so that in the practice there are different moments in which we connect ourselves with it, again and again. So the first moment is just after we took refuge, when it's part of generating the bodhicitta. This is a specific part of the practice of our own lineage. It's a specific thing of the whispered lineage of Gyawa and Sapa. So, which is our lineage. It's a specific thing which is in the moment of bodhicitta. We bring the result into the path, as we did yesterday, the visualization, when emanation of Guru Buddha comes, enters to our crown, sits in our heart. And this moment, it's one of the most important moments of our practice that repeats a few times during the practice. And it is when actually we first focus on Guru Buddha. And when we visualize Guru Buddha, it's not just a matter of having an image. Okay, it's much beyond. It's something that has emotions. It's something that there is love, there is gratitude, there is connection, there is faith, and we feel. So that's why, when we take our own Guru, it has a much, according to my understanding, it has a much more powerful way of connecting ourselves to the ultimate state of Buddhahood than an image of any Buddha. Because, what do we know about Buddhas? Paintings, they look like cartoons somehow, the way how Tibetans paint. I love the Tibetan tanks, but there is something little cartoon style. Or not? Yeah, when we look in this perspective, it's a little strange, but normally we don't think like that. And but when we think about our Guru, for example, for me, when I think about Lama Michel Rinpoche, and I imagine myself in his presence, without needing to conceptualize much, just feeling his presence, and being there, naturally, it brings to a state of gratitude, of love. Naturally, there is a way of feeling this stability, the peace, the qualities which our Guru represents, in a way that it's not conceptual, it's something that somehow we feel. Okay? And we need to connect with that. So when Guru Buddha comes towards us, enters through our crown, our central channel opens and he enters through the center, gently descending and sitting in our heart. At that moment what happens is that at our heart chakra there is a lotus flower with 8 petals, which is our actual heart chakra. Okay, each petal is actually one of the channels that connect. On top of this, there is a sun and a moon cushion. The sun and the moon cushion, they also represent our indestructible drop, which is the white and red bodhicitta, which is the essence on our subtle body of our father and mother on the moment of conception. Okay? And inside of this, in our heart chakra, is our very subtle mind that goes from one life to the other. And this is called the indestructible drop, because it doesn't open until the moment of death. Okay? So on top of the sun and the moon cushion, there is the syllable Hum, which symbolizes our own very subtle body and mind. Okay? So when Guru Buddha comes and sits on the lotus flower, the sun and moon cushion, the syllable Hum that is in our heart is absorbed inside Guru Buddha, and the syllable Hum in his heart and our syllable Hum, they fade into each other, they melt, they become one. They mix into each other. And it is said that our own mind and our own body is like a piece of clay While the mind of Guru Buddha that comes towards us is like the artist that is shaping the clay and making a beautiful object out of it. Okay? So it's not that we become one with Guru Buddha. The way how it happens is that the presence of Guru Buddha with us shapes our mind. And then we allow ourselves to feel the love, the compassion, the presence, the stability, the peace, the awareness, the harmony, the wisdom. We allow ourselves to experience being Guru Buddha. Okay? And this is one of the most powerful parts of our meditation, in which we allow ourselves to experience this state of peace. We bring the result into the path. We are not yet Guru Buddha, but we allow ourselves to experience as if we were. Okay? And this is extremely powerful on many levels. On a more conceptual level, the more I allow myself to experience it in my own imagination, the more, when that ends, I want to get it. So, we talked about, we have 3 types of incentives. So there we are, one of the incentives. Oh, it's so good, I must have it for real, not only as imagination. So we connect more and more, we allow ourselves to feel it more and more. It's like when we have a very good experience, after we want to repeat it. So similar to that, once we allow ourselves to be in that state, to experience it, and because if we try to do it through our own self, we just sit and we say, okay, now you experience peace and compassion and so on, we even don't know how to connect to it so much. But when we are in front of Guru Buddha, with all the qualities, and we can feel the love, and we can feel the stability, and we can feel the wisdom, and we can connect to it, and then we allow our mind and our body to be overwhelmed by that of Guru Buddha, and then we allow ourselves, it's like if we let go the grasping of our own self, and we follow, we let ourselves be taken by that energy, and we experience it. Okay? I don't know if it's clear. Yes? No? More or less? Yes? Okay. So, we do this in the moment when we do Sangye Chodon Soge Chonamla before Semchen Tamche, where we do it briefly. And then we will again repeat it later in the practice, okay? So, in the practice of self-healing, when we start the actual part of the practice, when we request the blessings, we start with Locho Sambo Pagyutra Shipa, Tuje Timbertin Leyarangoda, Pagyutra Zambe Zeberche, Pandelame Shablo Sowate, in which we request the blessings of our own root guru, Drubon Lama Kanchi Rinpoche, and all the gurus of the lineage. Many of us, we may have more than one guru, more than one master. But Guru Buddha is the embodiment of all of them together, of all the holy beings in one. Actually, Guru Buddha itself, it's beyond one person as our Guru. It's something that is much beyond, it's like all together. So we can visualize, we imagine as the one that connects more to us. It's like Atisha had so many masters, but whenever the name of Guru Suvarnadipa was said, he would put his hands together in the crown. Whenever the name of any other of his gurus was said, he would put the hand in the heart. So, one time some of his disciples asked, why you make this difference? You tell us that all gurus are of the same nature, but why do you make this distinction? And he said, yes, we should see all our gurus being of the same nature, but yet there is some of them, or one or more of them, that particularly touch our heart in a more direct and profound way. And that's what we call our root guru. And then there is a special connection. And for Atisha was Guru Suvarnadipa from Indonesia, from the island of Sumatra. And so what happened is that when we have the image, we choose the one that gave the transmission of the practice, but mainly the one that truly connects us the most. Okay? But then it is of the nature of all the others, they are one together. One time, Kyabche Tragon Rinpoche was giving an explanation of part of this practice during the Guru Puja commentary, and he was saying that when we visualize our Guru, it is like a sort of hologram, that by changing the position, sometimes they change his face from one Guru to the other. It's like it's the union of all. But the most important thing is we need to connect in a way that touches our heart. So when we start first with the mantra Oma Guru Vajradhara Sumati Munisha Sane Karma Uta Vardanya Shri Bhadra Varsamanya Sarva Siddhi Hum Hum. We do the mudra of the flying of the Garuda. Okay. And as we do this mudra, we imagine the white light coming from the crown of Guru Buddha, absorbing at our own heart, crown chakra. Then we do the light coming from the throat chakra of Guru Buddha, coming to our own throat. And then, as we do the mudra, we make like, when we do this part of the mudra, we are requesting the blessings. Okay? Then when we go upwards, we are receiving the blessings. Okay? In the form of white light and nectar, red light and nectar, and blue light and nectar that absorbs into us. Okay? And in this moment, we are requesting all the blessings of the lineage. One simple but yet important thing. What are blessings? Because we request for blessings. But what are blessings? What are we actually requesting for? In the practice, in many moments we say, we receive all the blessings. So technically, what are we receiving? Okay. It took for me personally quite some time to get some understanding. I have a quite rational mind, and I wanted to put the parts together in my conceptual way to understand what it means to receive a blessing. And then it was one time in Tibet, talking to my guru there, Kachan Losam Phunso Rinpoche, the abbot of Tashilumpo, and he gave me one explanation one day. I was requesting that I asked a few times, and I asked, what's the definition of blessing? And one day he said, blessing, it's a condition that through which you are able to develop a particular quality or touch your heart, your mind in a particular way that is positive and virtuous for you. Okay? The blessings can come through a word that we listen, through an image that we see, through a memory that we have, through our own imagination, through a smell, through touch, through so many things. Okay? So it's something that we interact with, and that interaction helps us to develop a certain quality. Okay? So to understand what is a blessing, what helps is understanding a blessing on the opposite way, the opposite of a blessing. Okay? So for example, when we are in the presence of someone that is very angry or that is very sad, for example, are we influenced by it in any way? Yes, no? Okay. And what happened, let's say we have 3 people that are very angry that we meet during the same day. One person, we don't know the person. We are just walking on the road and we see someone shouting and angry and we have no idea about that person. One person is someone that we know but we don't really care so much about. And the other is someone that we are very connected with. Okay? The 3 manifest anger in the same way. The effect that it has on us is the same or is different? Which one is the one that has the stronger effect? The one more near, right? So, a blessing It's like, so when we are nearby someone that is angry and we feel affected by it, we are receiving this person's blessings. Okay? Obviously, it's not a blessing, but it's a blessing on the other way. It's like the opposite of a blessing, okay? But the meaning is that we interact to each other and we influence each other through interaction, okay? So, why the influence that we receive is stronger from someone that we are connected with and not from someone that we don't know? The energy of the anger is different? Or is the same? Let's say they have the same intensity. It's basically the same. So why were we more influenced by the one that we know well? Because we are open to that person. We connect and we open ourselves to that person, our mind. Okay? And this brings, it's like when we connect to the other, it's like if we open a connection and then we can feel and we can receive and we interact in a much stronger way. So the stronger is the connection with the other person, the more we can receive and we can perceive on a positive and on a negative way. Okay? In other words, the more our connection is strong with the other person, the more from our side our mind is open and we connect with the other person. And how do we connect with the other person? Love, affection, trust, faith, gratitude. Okay? We feel something strong. We really are able to rely upon the other. We feel trust towards that person. We connect. So through these emotions and through these feelings, we are able to open ourselves truly to the other person. And then the interaction, it's much stronger. Okay? I think this is quite clear, right? Okay? If we have any particular feeling, no trust, no love, no gratitude, no any particular feeling to a person, what is happening there is like if there is no connection, the line is not on. So we have difficulty really interacting on a level which is not just of images and sounds. Our mind is not connected in a way, so we don't interact much from mind with our mind. Okay, can we get that, right? So, if I want to interact with Guru Buddha, with anyone, with a holy being, in order for me to be able to interact on a deeper level, what do I need to do first? Connect. That's why it is said that our faith, love, and gratitude is like our antenna and tuning to the right channel. That from the side of the Buddhas, from the side of the holy beings, the love is there, the compassion is there, the blessings are there towards us. It depends on our own capacity to tune or not to it. Okay? And it's the same on a very mundane level. It happens exactly in the same way. So, we need to connect. And what is the door of connection is towards our own Guru normally. This is the most powerful connection, the most easy and direct way, actually. Because we have a human connection, there is trust, there is love, there is gratitude, and all of this, it has a very, very powerful way of connecting. So in this way, it is similar, let's say, I connect very much with one person, and this person is very much connected to another person. Okay? So for example, I have a very good friend, which I love very much, and a very good connection to this friend, and this friend has a very strong connection with his or her mother. Then I meet the mother. Something happens with the mother, positive or negative. Am I connected to the mother? Yes, no? Oh, because the mother of my friend. But it's interesting because the connection works even indirectly, true. So, when we have our own gurus that have their own connections on, and we connect clearly through our guru, then it connects automatically to all the other connections. To the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Dakas, Dakinis, protectors, gurus of the lineage, wherever there is the connections, through one we connect to many. So, it is very important for us to keep this connection alive and to make it stronger. And when the connection is there, the interaction that comes through the words that we listen, through seeing, touching, smelling, imagining, it's something that it has a very powerful effect on our mind. And our body and ourself. So this is something that we need to experience in different ways. So when we say we receive the blessings, it's basically this interaction, and in this case we receive the blessings through visualization, through the image. And it's interesting because when we think about someone that we care very much, does it touch somewhere? Can we feel something? We do. So it's similar to that. When we do our visualization, it's not just like putting an image that we paint in front of us. It's being in that presence. We should, through our practice, we should not imagine I am in the presence of Guru Buddha. No, I am actually in the presence of Guru Buddha. We should try to allow ourselves to feel it, to be there. That's why also we invite the wisdom beings to become inseparable with the commitment being, with our visualization, and we feel the presence, we are there. And then to that, when we receive the blessings, we start feeling that, okay, we receive blessings of body, speech, mind, and we connect with the energy of the body, we connect with the speech, we connect with the mind, and it's like gradually allowing our mind to go a little bit more and more far from our own ordinary identity and way, and being connected more and more to the state of Guru Buddha. Then when we do the Om Guru Buddha Siddhi Hum, and we go on each one of the chakras, we have white, red, blue, yellow, and green light that comes from the 5 chakras of Guru Buddha towards our 5 chakras. And in this moment, we meditate mainly. It is like, how to say? Let's say that we are sad. And then suddenly we are with someone that is really very happy and joyful. In the beginning we have little resistance. I am sad. But the other person continues to be very happy and joyful. And the happy and joy of the other, it's actually stronger than my sadness. Am I influenced by it? So it's like, using a metaphor, it's like if slowly I start to vibrate in the same frequency as the other. Okay, so I allow myself. So slowly I also get joyful in this way. The opposite also happens. So similar to that, when we receive the blessings of Guru Buddha on the 5 colors, lights, and nectars, it's like if we allow ourselves to be overwhelmed by the qualities of Guru Buddha. There is wisdom, there is infinite inner space, there is, from the white light that comes. We connect with all the qualities connected with Buddha Vairochana. So as the white light comes from the crown chakra of Guru Buddha towards our own crown chakra, it's not just light and nectar. It is actually, it brings in its own nature wisdom. It brings pure body. It brings the energy of the pure body. It brings infinite inner space. It brings a consistent, coherent way of relating to reality. It brings the connection with interdependence. It brings the realization of emptiness. It brings all of this. It brings this state of peace that comes with it. So imagine these lights coming, and it brings all of that. And as it touches our crown and it fills our body, it's like there is no more space for our ignorance and for our mind-closedness and for our lack of space and all of that.
It's like if we're someone that is so happy and joyful that we are not able to remain sad. Okay? So we let go and we allow gradually ourselves to connect with that. Then when the red light and nectar comes from the throat of Guru Buddha towards our own throat chakra, it enters and it expands. And through that we gradually develop the same qualities of Guru Buddha, of satisfaction, of concentration, of pure communication, of pure speech, of correct discernment. Then when it comes to the heart, we connect with the energy of love and compassion and patience and stability and so on. And as we receive all of that, we connect with that qualities more and more, and we allow ourselves to feel them. Okay? And some of us may say, oh, but I am a sad person, how can I feel this joy? Okay, you let yourself be overwhelmed by the joy of Guru Buddha. Let yourself be overwhelmed by the generosity of Guru Buddha. Let yourself be overwhelmed by the certainty and power of realization, and so on. So we feel it coming towards us, and we allow ourselves to let go our so-called ordinary appearance and the grasping at our own ordinary appearance, which in this case is, I am ignorant, I am with a lot of insatisfaction, I have anger, I am an angry, sad, impatient person, nervous, I have a lot of pride, and we are good into somehow pointing the finger to ourselves, and somehow we identify ourselves with it. So, in this moment we need to allow ourselves just to let go that part, and we rest our mind and ourselves in the state of Guru Buddha. We become slowly that. This is also a very important part of the practice, and as we connect with that qualities. Okay? Because the more we do, the more we are able to feel and connect with these qualities, the more we also go towards it. We can experience it. So we need to connect with the light more than with darkness. Okay? I think it's quite clear, right? Okay. And then after that we will repeat it. Then we will generate it as the symbol, the 6 syllables, and then the symbols, and then the Buddhas, and then we focus in each one of the 5 Dhyani Buddhas, which is basically we are focusing again and again in these qualities. And we are generating again and again a stronger identity related to it. Okay? So we do now for a moment this part of the practice together, okay? And then I will add one part, because in the practice of self-healing there are some parts of the practice that can be done independently of the rest. Then there is a part that once you start, it's better to go until the end. But when we do, for example, the part of receiving the blessings, it's possible to stop there, up to the part of purifying the elements. Once we start with the generation of the body mandala, then it's better to complete the whole generation of the body mandala. Okay? So we will do now this part of the practice. The part of the preliminaries, we will go a little bit faster, and we'll give emphasis to the part of receiving the blessings. Okay? So we try strongly to connect to it, to feel it well. And then, because I will make an earlier conclusion of the practice, which is when we conclude the practice without going to the rest, then there is the final absorption, which has a very important moment, which we repeat once again, when Guru Buddha absorbs into our heart, and our mind becomes one and inseparable with the mind of Guru Buddha, which we call the Dza Hong Bam Ho. No? I think many of you have heard these lines, no? Dza Hong Bam Ho. The meaning of Dza Hong Bam Ho is, Dza is when we invite. Dza. Hong enters. Bam absorbs. Ho becomes inseparable and of the same nature. Okay? So Dza means inviting. So when we say Dza, it means Guru Buddha or the holy beings, it's coming. We invite, please come to this place, please come towards me. Dza. Hung, the wisdom being enters. Bam, absorbs. And Ho becomes inseparable. Okay? So again we have invite, absorbs. Invite, enters, absorbs, becomes inseparable. Okay? This is what is Dza, Hung, Bam, Ho. Also, there are in many practices, when we say the syllable Dza, it's when there is an invitation. There is also the syllable Dza is used in different moments, and this is the mudra also that is used. Okay? So the mudra when we do it, the Dza, Hung, Bam, Ho is Dza, we invite, Hung, with the wisdom being enters, Bam, absorbs, Ho, becomes inseparable. Okay? Okay, so we do the practice now together. As we sit in a comfortable position with our back straight and not tense. Our shoulders are relaxed. Our head slightly forward. With our mouth relaxed and the eyes slightly closed, looking downwards. We bring our attention to the present moment as we rest our mind on our own breath. Without forcing it, we simply observe it. We visualize our body as a body of light. We have a central channel, a left and a right channel. And the space in front of us is Guru Buddha that smiles at us. Inside our channels are the energy blockages or garbage that has been accumulated in the past time, tensions that were accumulated by our own ignorance, hatred, aversion, attachment, and so on. We request Guru Buddha's blessings to eliminate such tensions in order to have a clear mind, in order to practice the path to enlightenment for the benefit of every sentient being. Light emanates from the heart of Guru Buddha, entering through our nostrils as we do the 9-cycle breathing, eliminating the tensions and the blockages, the so-called energetic garbage that has been accumulated within our subtle body from our own negative emotions. We let it go away. We do the Vajra fist and follow with the 9-cycle breathing. As we inhale and exhale, our channels are clean and clear. We see clearly our body of light. As we keep the awareness of our breath, and we bring our attention into observing our own body as a body of light. we bring our attention inwards as we enter our own central channel. From the outside, it looks just like an arrow. White in the outside, red in the inside. As we go inside, the more we move towards the center, the bigger the channel becomes. We look from above to below. We go downwards. We look from below to above. From within the central channel, we can see the different chakras. And slowly we move ourselves towards the center of the heart chakra. Our central channel expands more and more. In our own perception, it becomes infinitely big and vast. We experience a sensation of peace and joy in infinite inner space, luminous, infinite inner space within our central channel. We rest our mind in that state. Bring our attention gradually back towards our whole body. From the depths of our heart, we wish to get out of samsara. We wish to experience a profound state of peace. And for that, we ask for help as we take refuge in Guru Buddha, in Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. Namo Guru Bhye, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Maya, Namo Sangaya, Namo Guru Bhye, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dharmaya, Namo Sangaya, Namo Guru Bhye, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dharmaya,
Sangaya Namo Triratnaya. Around ourselves, we see all sentient beings. They are as vast as space, but in particular, we focus our attention in those that are near to us, those that we know well, that we don't know so well, our friends and not friends, and those connected to them, gradually arriving at every sentient being. For a moment, we allow ourselves to go beyond our own selfishness as we look upon them, and we say from the depths of our hearts, your happiness is as important to me as my own. Your suffering is as important to me as my own. From the depths of my heart, I wish you to be happy and free from any form of suffering. In order to help every sentient being, we have no other choice than developing our own qualities and becoming a Buddha ourselves. In the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, I take refuge until enlightenment through the practice of generosity and the other perfections. May I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all sentient beings. Simchen tamchen dewa dan dewa sangye chodan sogi chonam la chancho pardo dani kyapsu chi dagi jinso gibe sonam gi drola pinchra sangye drubra shua sangye chodan sogi chonam la chancho pardo dani kyapsu dagi jinso gibe sonam gi Drola pinchira sangye drubra sho sangye chodan soge chonamla jancho pardo dani kyapsu chi dagi jinso gibe sonam drola pinchira sangye drupara sho simchen tamchen dewa dan dewe gyudan dembra gyurche simchen tam Dunga dan dunga gi gyudan trawara gyurche simchen tamche dunga mepe dewa dan simchen tamche nyirin chada nidan rew tanyom la nepra kyurche simchen tamche lusim gi dunga le sosh trayun lusen dewa dan dembra gyurche simchen tamche NgalSo top Tanshin tsangma ne gyuru chi simchen tamche dan zambu lingi kendru tat chi nangi shi de dan tukun den para kyuru chi. Guru Buddha in front of us dissolves into a beautiful golden light. It enters through our forehead, fills our central channel, and expands through our body to the whole universe, as everything dissolves into light. In an instant, the universe reappears, and we appear with a pure body of light, with a strong central channel, a left and a right channel. In the space in front of us appears the whole universe and its environment. Light emanates from our heart, purifying the environment and generating an ocean of offerings. Tamche duni sashi da singma la so me pa da la ti tanyam bendorye ranshin champura ne gyurach lada mi chepe ze ngosum shamda yikit kwensan chetin lana me namke kanguen kyap gyurachi Omo namo bhagavate benza sarva pramadane tatagataya arahate samya sambuddhaya tayata om benze ma tetsa ma vidya benze ma bodhi chitta benze maha bodhi mandupa sangramana benze sarva karma Vishodhana benze svoha Kunjo sumgi demba dan sangye dan chanjo semba Tamche gijingi labdan sonyi yonsu zobe nga dan Cheke ye nambra tajin samgi mi kyape topki teshin nidu kyurchi In the space in front of us, above the ocean of offerings, appears Guru Buddha. In the aspect of our own root Guru, inseparable of all the Gurus of the lineage, of all Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Dakas, Dakinis, protectors of the Dharma, inseparable of every holy being. Guru Buddha is seated above a beautiful throne upheld by 8 lions with a lotus seat, a sun and a moon cushion. Guru Buddha is sitting cross-legged with the mudra of teaching the Dharma, like Buddha Vairocana. And most of all, Guru Buddha smiles at us. We can feel Guru Buddha's presence, and we feel being clearly in his presence. We truly wish to connect ourselves with Buddhahood, to develop our qualities, to develop and enhance our bodhicitta, to become ourselves a Buddha. But we cannot do that alone. We need help, we need support. And we ask from the depths of our hearts Guru Buddha to help us. And for that reason, to bless our body, speech and mind, to bless our 5 chakras, to be our field of merit, please come to this very right place right now. Through the power of compassion and wisdom of Guru Buddha, united with the power of our own faith, love and gratitude, please come here right now. From the heart of Guru Buddha, visualized in front of us, light emanates, going to the heart of every holy being, inviting them to come here right now. We make the request to Guru Buddha from the depths of our hearts for please to be here with us. We ask every wisdom being to be with us, to bless us, to be our field of merit. Now, in this moment. Malu sema chen kunge gungyur chi du de pon che mi ze joman ze ala na ma lu yanda ken gyurpe chom den korche ne dir shek su
As Guru Buddha accepts our requests, a rain of wisdom beings come to this very right place. Some of them are big as mountains, others are small as atoms, and each and every one without exception absorbs into Guru Buddha visualized in front of us. Om Guru Buddha Bodhisattva Dharma Pala Saparivar Zahom Bamaho Yeshe Panama Thamse Pada Nisu Me Parekyu. As we are clearly in the presence of Guru Buddha, we pay homage and respect as we prostrate with body, speech, and mind. We make outer, inner, secret, and emptiness offerings. In the presence of Guru Buddha, we openly admit every negative action of body, speech, and mind that we have ever done. And we request Guru Buddha's blessings to have the strength and the clarity not to ever repeat such actions again. We rejoice on the virtue of every holy being, of every sentient being, and of our own. We request Guru Buddha, please, to stay with us until the end of samsara and to guide us with the holy Dharma, to show us the path, to be with us with the Dharma at every choice we make, every word we say, every thought we have, to bless us and to guide us with the Dharma during our lifetime, at the moment of our own death, in the next coming bardo, and in all future rebirths. We dedicate all the positive energy, merits that we have generated in the present, in the past, and those that we will generate in the future, for the enlightenment of every sentient being. Gosung gube gwene chatse lo ngoshan yidru chepa malubu tome nesa dikdun tamche sha kepa gewa namla jera korwa matom pardo lekshune drola chuki korlo korwa dan dakshenge naman chanchub chemborango. We offer to Guru Buddha the whole universe, as we call the mandala offering, as a pure, beautiful environment. May, to the power of the merits of such offering, all sentient beings experience the benefits of a pure environment. We request Guru Buddha to bless our body, speech, mind, to bless our 5 chakras, so that we can develop the qualities and become one and inseparable with Guru Buddha. We make request of blessings from the depths of our heart. Sashipeki Choshimeto Tramare Lingashi Nidegempadi Sangye Shinto Mite
Droi kunam dai shin la che par shoyedam guru ratna mandrala kam niryatayami. We connect ourselves with Guru Buddha. We open our mind and our heart towards Guru Buddha. Guru Buddha smiles at us as we feel loved, protected, cared for, guided, with a profound feeling of trust, of love and faith. With an attitude of care and love, Guru Buddha manifests light and nectar from his chakras towards us. Initially, we receive the blessings of body, speech and mind of all the lineage gurus coming through Guru Buddha. The trust, the love, the wisdom, the energies of the body, the pure speech, and the qualities of the mind of every guru of the lineage, starting from Buddha Vajradhara up to our own root guru. They come through the light and nectar of Guru Buddha towards our three chakras, white from the crown, red from the throat, and blue from the heart. Locho sampo pa gyutra shipa tu che tempe trin le yar ngoda pelgedro lor sampe ze parchen pal de la me Shabla solawade Oma Guru Vajradhara Sumati Shasane karma utavardanye Shri Bhadra Varasamanya Sarva Siddhi Hong Oma Guru Vajradhara Sumati Muni Shasane Karma Utavardanye Shri Varasamanya Sarva Siddhi Hum Oma Guru Vajradhara shasane karma utavardanye Shri Bhadra Varasa Sarva Siddhi Hum Hum. White light and nectar emanates from the crown chakra of Guru Buddha, from Buddha Vairochana at the crown chakra of Guru Buddha. It comes towards our own crown chakra. As the light and nectar, it's of the nature of wisdom, of infinite inner space, of the correct view of reality. It harmonizes the body, bringing the aggregate of form to a pure state. It generates profound, infinite inner space and a profound harmony with oneself and others that comes as a result of the wisdom that perceives non-conceptually and understands and realizes non-conceptually the interdependence and emptiness of all phenomena. As the white light and nectar enters our crown chakra and expands through our body, mainly through our crown chakra, we are overwhelmed by the wisdom, peace, and space of Guru Buddha, and gradually we develop the same, naturally eliminating our ignorance, our mind-closedness, the blockages of our body. Om Guru Buddha Siddhi Hum. 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 From the throat chakra of Guru Buddha, from Buddha Amitabha, red light and nectar emanates in the nature of satisfaction, of concentration, of pure speech, correct discernment, wisdom of discernment. The light and nectar absorbs at our own throat chakra, expanding through our body. As it touches us, we are overwhelmed by the satisfaction, we are overwhelmed by the mental stability of concentration, by the clarity of discernment, of correct discernment. Om Guru Buddha Siddhi Hum. 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 From the heart chakra of Guru Buddha, from Buddha Akshobhya, blue in color, blue light and nectar emanates, bringing us love,
compassion, patience, inner stability, spontaneous and profound joy, a pure state of the mind, of the Dharma Dhatu wisdom, and our consciousness clear and clean from defilements. As the light absorbs into our heart chakra, we are completely overwhelmed by it. There is no more any space left for any anger, resentment, sadness, nervousness. We are overwhelmed by the love, compassion, patience, stability, and so on from Guru Buddha. We let go our own ordinary appearance, and we allow ourselves more and more to rest our body, speech, and mind into that of Guru Buddha. Om Guru Buddha Siddhi Hum. 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 Yellow light and nectar emanates from Buddha Ratna Sambhava at the navel chakra of Guru Buddha. As it absorbs us, we are overwhelmed by the humility, the generosity of giving materially, of giving love, of giving protection, of giving the Dharma, the wisdom of equanimity, and the pure aggregate of sensation. As we receive the light and nectar through our navel chakra, we don't need anymore to compare ourselves with others. There is no more fear of remaining without resources. We are not so much attached to any resource that we have the joy to share them with others. We can see clearly the similarities that unite every phenomena and being. Our sensations becomes balanced and joyful. Om Guru Buddha Siddhi Hum. 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 Light and nectar, green in color, emanates from Buddha Amoghasiddhi at the secret chakra of Guru Buddha, absorbing at our own secret chakra. With its blessings, we are overwhelmed by the qualities of Guru Buddha, of realization, of action, of certainty, and of rejoicing. The joy that comes from seeing and perceiving the virtues and the qualities and the joy of others. We are overwhelmed by the pure and balanced character, personality of Guru Buddha. as the compositional factors are pure. We have no more fear out of it. Our fear completely fades away on every level. We develop a strong certainty in our actions and a profound joy by seeing and perceiving the qualities and virtues and joy of others. Om Guru Buddha Siddhi Hum. 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 Ma Guru Buddha Siddhi Hum. Our 5 chakras are blessed and balanced. We allow ourselves to rest our mind and body in the mind and body, and also our speech in the speech of Guru Buddha. Guru Buddha in front of us smiles once again to us, comes in our direction, becomes small as a thumb. Looking in the same direction as us, Guru Buddha enters through our crown chakra and joyfully, graciously descends inside our central channel, sitting on an 8-petaled lotus with a sun and a moon cushion at our heart. The 6-syllable hum of our mind melts and unites and becomes one with the 6-syllable hum of Guru Buddha's mind. Our very subtle body, speech and mind becomes in such way inseparable of the body, speech and mind of Guru Buddha. On a gross, subtle and very subtle level, we are overwhelmed by the presence of Guru Buddha, and we become one and inseparable with him. Alden Tsawe Lama Rinpoche Dagi Chiwar Pede Tenshula Kadrin Chembe Gone Jesunte Kusun Tugi Ngodru Tsedu So Palden Tsawe Lama Rinpoche Dagi Drimbra Pede Tenshula Kadrin Chimbe Gone Jesunte Chodan Tumo Ngodru Tsedu So Palden Tsawe Lama Rinpoche Dagi Ninkara Pede Tenshula Kadrin Chimbe Gone Jesunte Chanchu Nimpe Pardo Tempare Shu Zahung Bama Ho. Pakyuke Kodan Dagi Lu Pakyuke Sundan Dagi Nga Pakyuke Tugdan Dagi Yi
Yerme chikto chingi lo ma kyuke koda dagi sundan dagi nga ma kyuke tukdan dagi yerme chikto chingi lo. Guru Buddha remains joyfully sitting in our heart. Accompanying us, guiding us, blessing us, showing us the path. On every choice we make, every word we say, every thought we have. During our life, at the moment of our own death, in the bardo and in all future rebirths. We remain with this profound feeling of gratitude, of love, of trust with Guru Buddha at our own heart. We dedicate our merits for the long life of all the gurus that manifest on a gross body, with whom we can interact in a gross level, subtle and very subtle level. We dedicate our merits for the enlightenment of every sentient being, for the peace and joy of every sentient being, and for the environment in which we live. Dorna ditsu namkra gewe tso chinye sapa tei nyurdu da norbo panzo shamba largyurane lame lamge rimba tarachin sho chetsun lame kutse rapten chin namkra trinle chokchur gepa dang losan tempe drume sas Drube munsel taktu ne gyur chi kewa kuntu yanda lama dang dralme cheki pela longche chi sadan lamge yunte rabzo ne dorje change kopan yurtop sho nimo dele tsendele nime kuyan dele kshin Ninsen takto delek pe kuncho sumki chingi lob kuncho sumki ngodrubu tsol kuncho sumki trashi shun. At dawn or dusk, at night or midday, may the three jewels grant us their blessings. May they help us to achieve all realizations and spring all the paths of our lives with various signs of auspiciousness. All'alba o al tramonto, di notte o durante il giorno, possano i tre gioielli concederci le loro benedizioni, possano aiutarci ad ottenere tutte le realizzazioni e cospargere il sentiero della nostra vita con molti segni di buon auspicio. De sol a sol, à noite ou ao meio-dia, possam as três joias conceder-nos suas bênçãos, possam as três joias ajudar-nos a alcançar todas as realizações, possam as três joias espalhar muitos sinais auspiciosos no caminho de nossas vidas. Al amanecer o al anochecer, por la noche o durante el día, puedan las tres joyas concedernos sus bendiciones, puedan ayudarnos a obtener todas las realizaciones y colmar el sendero de nuestras vidas con muchos signos de buenos auspicios. serve tercenceresi drime kempe wampo jampe liang dupong mal jomtse sangweda kanchen kepe tsugen tsong kapa lo sang ang trakpe shabla asolwade. Oma hun tenpa lame sangye rinpoche, kyoba lame tamche rinpoche, drenpa lame gendu rinpoche, kyamne kuncho sumla chepa bu locho sampo pagyo trash, tuche tempe trinle yarngo da pegye drolo zambe ze, panden lame shela chepa bu. Buon appetito. Thank you very much.